Hi everybody, this is Victoria. Welcome back to another new episode of Discovering Art Together, and today we are going to talk about what are leading lines. So this is a very interesting topic that I found from one of Pat K's photography tutorial videos of visual patterns. So we're going to see how we can actually find leading lines in old master paintings, and also how we could actually identify them and use them for our own composition and our own paintings. So if you guys are ready, let's get started. Okay, so what is a leading line? Leading line is, or how Pat K mentioned it, leading line is an element in your image that directs the viewer's eyes to where you want them to look. So that's a way to explain what leading line is. So the main thing what leading line is that we want to make sure that we guide the viewers, us as a creator, as an artist or a photographer, we want to kind of guide our viewers so that we can tell them the story of our image. And leading line, I would think, is a very important element in photography and also in painting as well, because we also do see a lot of leading lines in paintings. In Pat K's video of the best way to tell your story in your image, photography visuals number 3, we're going to see how we can learn from the photographer side of leading line and see if we can actually find them in old master paintings. So I did a little bit of research, and we're going to look at 2 main paintings today, and they're mostly going to be landscape paintings because it's a lot easier to find leading lines with landscape paintings, but I might actually go ahead and also do something with portraits in the future though. But let's start with these 2 paintings here. So the first painting that we're going to look at today is called An Avalanche in the Alps by Philip James de Loutherbourg. So he is a French-English painter from probably around I think he's from the 19th century. And that is a really gorgeous painting because it's very dynamic, very energetic, and there's so many different leading lines that we can actually see in that painting. And the second painting that we're going to look at here is Wilderness by Sanford, Robinson, Gifford, and he is an American landscape painter from the 19th century. So by looking at these 2 paintings, we're going to discover what we could learn and how we could use leading lines. So let's take a look at painting number 1. So if we take a look at Mr. Phillips' painting of his avalanche here, the key idea with leading lines is that they're kind of a guideline to direct us to the main subject. So over here, I would probably believe that the avalanche is probably the main subject compared to the figures that we have on the side. So we already have 3 main leading lines, as you can see. So there's that line where it's directly upwards to the center part of the avalanche. That's one leading line. And then the other leading line that we see over here is coming from the top down. And then we also have another one that's going up as well. So it kind of creates this center point where the avalanche is, and also where the brightest part of the painting is, because he also used the light and shadows very well to make this more dramatic. So that was a really cool thing that Mr. Philp did. Any other leading lines can we actually see in this painting? I believe those ones are probably the main ones. Leading lines does not have to be sophisticated. It doesn't have to be hard to see. It should be very straightforward, and we should be able to see it at first glance. So it's not supposed to hide from the viewers, it's supposed to guide the viewers. So basically the painter would guide the viewers so that they kind of direct us and tell us where to focus and kind of pay attention to. So that's the first painting. Now the second painting that we're going to look at over here is Wilderness by Sanford Robinson Gifford. And in this painting is a beautiful and gorgeous painting, very, very different from the painting that we saw earlier. This is very happy, very sunny, and it's like a really nice, warm, relaxing, and soothing landscape. So let's see what we can find in this painting for leading lines. So when we take a look at this painting here, definitely the main subject is the mountain in the distance, right? So I would say the leading line would probably be the perspective and a bit of the vanishing points. I would say perspective, because if you kind of see the lake and how the side where the islands are, where like the trees are, that kind of helps us direct and diverge into the center part. So we kind of flow and go to the center and we stop there, and then it kind of makes us want to look up to see if there's anything else to look at. So that's the main leading line in this painting. We can also take a look at to see if there's any other possible leading lines in this painting, and I'll probably say just the natural shape and direction of the mountain itself. So that could also act as a leading line. But usually when we talk about leading line, it's kind of like a road that guides us to our destination that the creator wanted us to go to. So with the river over here, that would probably be the best way to find what the leading line is, because that is very straightforward, and also with the contrast of the dark trees and then also the really light blue of the river, that actually enhances and also reinforces the leading line because it's so contrasted, it's very visible at first glance. The other question here is how we would use leading line in our own paintings. So it's a way to create more interesting visual storytelling in a way, because it makes the image not flat, it gives depth to the painting, so perspective, depth, and then also it gives some dynamic and direction so that it's not too messy or all over the place. It kind of directs us to a certain destination in the painting. But yeah, okay, and that's pretty much it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this brand new episode over here. We learned a little bit on what are leading lines, and also how can we find leading lines in paintings or pictures, and also how to use them. So for this week's little mini exercise for you guys, we're going to practice a little bit of what we learned today, so you can find some of your favorite paintings. It doesn't have to be landscape, and kind of feel try some experiment, be a little bit more challenging, try out some different subjects, because landscape seems to be the easiest way to find leading lines though, but there's so many other different ways of expressing leading lines here. You can actually use different elements, not only perspective, you can also use natural elements like rivers or tree branches that directs to the main subject. You can also use lighting and shadow, and also vanishing points. So there's a lot of different ways to show and to express leading lines in your work. So have fun, try to discover, try to test out a lot of new stuff, and I hope you guys have fun discovering something new. And if you guys got any questions, please feel free to leave a comment below. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. And if you guys see any other great ways of describing and also kind of depicting leading line, please also mention that in the comment below. I would love to know, I would love to learn as well. And that shall be all for today. So thanks again for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this interesting new discovery, and have fun, stay creative, and I shall see you guys in the next episode. Okay, Awesome. Thanks again, guys. Take care and feel free to subscribe and like this video. Please and thank you. Bye. See you guys next week.